Right, guys, I've got my hood up, which means this is going to be an absolute freaking banger. All right, cultivating PMA, positive mental attitude. Now, like I say, I've got my hood up because this is probably my most valuable video. Okay, when it comes to looking at all the progress that I made and will continue to make, this positive mental attitude is at the absolute core of it. Like, forget strategies, forget all of that shit, like that surface level stuff. If you do not have a positive mental attitude, you won't attract the goals that you want to attract. You won't become that higher self that you want to become. Okay. This is where it starts. We don't think, oh, well, when I'm living in Dubai and I've got the Ferrari, the G Wagon on the driveway, then I'll probably be happy. No, you fucking start with this and it makes everything effortless. Okay. Whatever you're working on, your content, your physique, your freedom, it all starts with this. So if I said to you, or if anyone said to you, I want you to go around the world, I want you to travel all the way around the world with a budget of $80, would you say, fuck off, that's ridiculous? There's no way you can even do that. Or would you find a way? Okay. Robert Christopher found a way. He had this desire, he had this challenge, and most importantly, he had this positive mental attitude. He found a way. He was, when he gets on a train, goes to a driver, hey, I'll take photos of you in your train in return for a ride from A to B. He traded cigarettes for bus tickets. He gave chefs like information about business in return for food. He worked as a crew member on a ship for a passport and he made it around the world with $80. Okay. Now, yes, this was a while ago, so it might be a bit more due to inflation, but that's a fucking technicality. All right. He had that positive mental attitude. He knew there would be a way, he knew it would figure it out. So, there's such a powerful lesson in this. So many people would be like, "Oh, I don't even know where to start. Like, no one's going to help me. Oh, no one would give me free rides in return for that. I don't know what to do. $80 isn't enough." Like, so many people would have that scarcity mindset, that negative mental attitude. Okay. But he had this positive mental attitude, and that is why he achieved his goal. He saw it as an opportunity. So, the power of this attitude is you attract the good and the beautiful. Okay. When you are in this positive, high vibration state, you attract that state. If I go out and I'm feeling really negative, I attract that negativity. If I'm complaining, I'm not doing the work that I need to be doing, if I'm just bad mouthing people, then I'm going to attract people who do the exact same. All right. Remember, this all starts from within. What you get is what you put out. You bring your dreams into reality. Like Robert Christopher, he brought his dream into reality just by having that positive mental attitude. He didn't cheat his way, he didn't like get extra money. He would be in the same position as, let's say, a guy called Paul Allen. Yeah. Paul Allen had the negative, Robert Christopher had the positive. Okay. They're in the same situation, but one of them makes it work because he has a positive mental attitude. Okay. And success is achieved and maintained by those who keep with this. Remember, Napoleon Hill wrote this: if a man is right, his world will be right. When you get your own positive mental attitude, your world will give you that positivity back. You will live in a state of high vibration and you will solve problems much easier. When you're in that negative mindset, you have problems. You can't solve those problems from a negative mindset because you're in this scarcity, negative, shit place, low energy, low vibration. But when you're coming up to every problem with a positive mental attitude, everything's easy. You see opportunity easier. You connect dots better. Okay. You can't solve a problem in the same mindset that it was created in. Okay. Remember this. Whenever you have problems are always going to come. We're always going to have problems. Okay. And you can choose to approach it from a negative mindset or a positive mindset. And only one of them works. So the deadly power of the negative mental attitude, it prevents luck. Okay. Now luck, I believe, is not only opportunity, but it's being able to spot that opportunity. It's about being in that mindset to spot that. Okay. Now for me, there have been various situations where I've people might be like, oh, you got lucky. Like working with Jack, for example, like my business partner, Jack Hopkins, people might say, oh, yeah, you were lucky to like get on board with him. But it's like my preparation on learning marketing and having that personal brand around that, meeting with he was growing his personal brand, his YouTube, and needed help monetizing that. I spotted that opportunity. I could have been in the negative mindset of like, oh fuck, why is his personal brand growing so much and mine isn't? Why is he doing so well and mine isn't? Oh fuck, this is all my fault. I'm such a piece of shit. Like, I wouldn't have spotted that opportunity if I wasn't in that positive mindset. Okay, you're immediately putting yourself in a hole. You're immediately like putting yourself 100 yards behind the start line when you say, "Oh, alcoholism runs in my family. I ain't got the genetics to get into great shape. I ain't got the time to go to the gym. I don't know how to make money. I'm not good at X, Y, and Z." You're automatically handicapping yourself by attributing your failures to the external. Okay, you say, "Oh, yeah, but my situation's this, the environment's this, the government's doing this, the world's against me." Like, I don't even like saying this shit out loud, even though I don't mean it, just because it's such a powerful force, the negative mental attitude, and it's so detrimental to your progress. Okay. Now, the way to overcome this is always imagine that you have a coin. Just imagine you have a coin on you at all times. One side says PMA, the other says NMA, NMA, not NMA, NMA. Cool. Um, you can choose. You can always choose what side of the coin you look at. When things don't go your way, you can look at that coin and be like, right, how am I going to approach this? What energy am I going to take into this obstacle, into this opportunity? Okay, you're going to see it as an obstacle, or you're going to see it as like, oh fuck, I need to give up, or is it going to be an opportunity? All right, the choice is always yours. Every adversity has the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. Now, if you think, oh, yeah, but times are really hard at the moment, I just can't do this, then that's a fucking opportunity. That is a seed that's been planted to give you either an equivalent or a greater benefit. When you get through those hard times, the benefit will be that you're capable of getting through hard times. So when more problems come your way, you can handle them a lot better. Okay, that's such a great way of looking at it. It's like the problems will never go away. You're always going to get new problems. Okay, your capability grows as you overcome them. Okay, you overcome them with the positive mental attitude. Now, breaking the pattern of defeat, if you feel like you're just in a rut, things haven't been going your way for a while, you can't seem to get started with anything, you can't make progress, then you need to follow this. The victory within us does not assert itself until we are ready. Okay? You need to be ready for those wins. You need to have that positive mental attitude to attract those wins, attract the success that you want. Now, you do this by identifying yourself with a successful image. Okay? When you identify yourself, and for me, this is my higher self. For me, this is the best version of Bill Clark that's about, like, who will ever be. If I identify myself with this successful image, this higher self, then I've got no self doubt. Like, I don't have this defeatist, this scarcity mindset anymore. Like, it wasn't long ago when people close to me said, from a place of love, they were like, Bill, look, you don't talk to yourself very well. And now, since adopting this higher self, I know that he wouldn't speak to himself like that. He wouldn't speak to others like that. So, why would I speak to myself like that? There's no reason for that. I only speak to myself with positivity and gratitude. So, this almost externalizing this higher self, this successful image, whatever you want to do. Some people even do like with their role models, like, oh, what would my role model do in this situation? Do it like that. I prefer to do it as my higher self because it makes it way more personal to me. But think about, what would that person do? What would that image, what would that higher self, that role model, what would they do in your situation? And when you start to do this, you start to break that pattern of defeat and regain control of your life, which is what we're wanting to do. We want to have full control over our lives and our mind. So how can you do it? How can you actually develop this? Gratitude. Now, There were more than when you were born. There were more than, or when you were conceived, there were more than 10 million sperm cells on that race, and you won. Never in this is so powerful. Never in history has there been someone exactly like you, and there never will be. Okay, you are you. There will never be someone like you. There never has been someone like you. You've got such a unique opportunity. You're a unique person. You're one in, like, when you think about it, trillions of people that you could have become. Okay, make it count. Make it count. Wake up thinking, fuck, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to have this life. I'm so blessed to have the opportunity to live in line with my higher self. Like, this is such a cool and beautiful thing when you're like, shit, I can become my best self. Like, there's no reason why you can't. When you take that accountability on yourself, you're like, well, the only person stopping me from becoming that higher self is me. And I'm not going to get in the way. So let's get going. Let's fucking do it. All right. Belief, what the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. That is a mouthful, but it's true. Okay. If you can conceive and believe in your goals, you can achieve them. You need to have that belief in yourself. A big thing for me was trusting myself. That was a huge thing. It's like when I bought a course or a mentorship, I trusted myself to put in the work and make it back. Okay. Whenever I went, like when I moved to Thailand, I trusted myself to make it work. I trusted myself to figure things out. You need to have this trust in yourself. And this trust comes from stacking these daily wins, which comes on to taking action. Stacking wins is the fastest and most effective way to curate this positive mental attitude, because when you're putting wins on the board, every single win is a point. It's it's proving to yourself what you're made of. Like this morning, alarm went off at 4:15. I was tired. I was seriously tired. I could have easily stayed in bed for another 2 hours, but I got that win. I got up. I did my cold shower. I started work, and I proved to myself that even when I'm tired, I still live in line with my higher self. And that just curates that positive mental attitude. When you can do hard shit that's in line with your higher self, you will see growth. Keep your eyes open. So, with a positive mental attitude, when you're in this high vibration state, when you're grateful, when you love your life, opportunities come your way, and it's your job to spot them and take them. You can't just say, "Oh, that looks cool," and then watch it go by. You have to grab that opportunity as it comes. And finally, following on from that, when you grab that opportunity, you've got to trust yourself. Like I said earlier, when I moved to Thailand, I had no idea what would happen. I had less than $1,000 in the bank. I was earning less than $1,000 a month. All I knew that was like, Bill, you've bought a one-way ticket. You're gonna make it work. I don't know how I'm gonna make it work, but you're gonna make it work. Okay. These five things: gratitude, belief, taking action, keeping your eyes open to those opportunities, and trusting yourself are how you cultivate this positive mental attitude. Okay. Now, I hope you've liked this. I hope this makes sense as well. I'm going to create more content on this as I learn from the mistakes, the lessons that I make living in line with my higher self. I'm going to be sharing every single one of them here. So if you're not subscribed, then you probably should be if you want more bangers like this. But I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're feeling grateful and blessed. And I'll see you tomorrow.